Hi, I'm Elvin Rejimone, UR15CS202, and this is my third lab experiment. And so this program is about classes and objects. So in this program, what we are doing is we are operating on complex numbers. So we have a class called complex with complex variables and functions. The first function is a constructor which gets two double into values as arguments, and we assign it to the variables here. And then there is a default constructor which will assign it to 0 0. And then there is display to display the number in the format of complex numbers, and there is add which adds the real part and imaginary part differently separately, and stores it in n dot r and I. So it stores it differently so that it can display it separately r and I. So, and there is a subtract as well. So to these functions we pass an object of complex. So we don't pass the variables directly, we pass an object a of complex. So we come here and then we make another object to store the value, and this dot r and a dot r. So that's how it works. We are passing one variable and we are adding using another one. So that's what is happening here. And then in the public class, in the main function, we are declaring first we are declaring two complex objects, and the third complex object which gives default constructor. The first two has arguments which will go to this constructor, and then we are then printing the addition, and then we are giving a rest is equal to c1 dot add of c2. So we have add function right here, add of c1 dot add of c2. So c2's like, okay, now c2 is the one which will be passed here, and c1 will be the one which calls it. So this belongs to c1 and the a belongs to the c2. So it will add and rest dot display, and similarly we are subtracting c1 dash c1 dot sub c2. That means the c2 goes as a argument here, and c1 calls the function. So this belongs, this when we call it calls the c1 object. So when we display, so let's look at the output here. In the output we can see that first we are passing 10 and 15. So when we pass 10 and 15, the 10 is the addition should be 10 plus 20 30, the real part, and 25 plus 15, that is 40, that's the imaginary part. So 30 I 40. So that's correct. And the subtraction is minus 10 and minus 10 here as well. So minus 10 minus 10. So this is how it works. So what we have done is we have called complex object, and we have operated with complex class functions. So this is, I hope I made this program very clear. This is all about the program. Thank you.